Stressing over it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? For Chicago Smash Ultimate, I'm Kevin with a K, and you're watching Hot Ones. Kind of. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. We're paying homage to Homeland Chicagoan Sean Evans and giving show credits to First Sweet Feast. Thank you for the concept and the effects. Today, I'm joined by ATATA, aka Jeffrey Solberg. You know him best as the best Ness in the Midwest, with wins on players such as Mudace, Cosmos, Onin, and more. Long-standing Chicagoland #1 PR, and Illinois' greatest payroll compliance auditor. ATATA, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So before we get into this, how are you with spicy food and hot food in general?
Not very good.
And you agreed to do this?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Just wanted to make sure we had that one. Perfect. All right, well, I'm excited. Let's get started. First wing.
It's not too bad.
So you've been a Ness main as far back as I can see. So what's your history with the character, and was there ever a moment where you were like, maybe somebody else?
So I first started playing Ness in Smash 4 when I was playing for Glory, and at the time my mains were Pikachu, Luigi, and Falcon. And I lost to this Ness player on For Glory, and I thought like, oh, like all these like forward air combos and like PK Fire, like this just seems like something I could do. So I started doing it, and now I still am, about 10 years later.
All right, let's move on to the second wing. So if you weren't competing in Smash, like what would you be doing? Is there another game you think you'd be striving for greatness in, or is there a hobby or an interest outside of gaming that you think you'd spend more time on?
So I think that if I wasn't playing Smash, I would definitely be playing a different game, because just the existence of playing games competitively is just so driving to me. And I'm not sure what I would be doing or what game I would be playing if it wasn't for Smash. Maybe I would be playing Fortnite or something.
But you just know you'd be staying in the gaming space.
Yes, yes, definitely. But yeah.
All right, let's go to the third wing.
Okay. It's not really kicking in yet. The second one was worse so far.
So you've been raised in or around the greatest city in the nation, in my opinion, Chicago, basically all of your life. What are like the must-haves and must-dos of coming to Chicago? Like if you had a friend or a loved one coming to the area, what would be a perfect day for you?
So if somebody comes to visit, I would definitely take them to the Bean and Mitsuwa. And then I would say, lastly, is Portillo's. And I would make them try the chocolate cake shake. I was actually just talking to PK Chris because he might come for Combo Breaker in May, and I offered him a cake shake.
All the way in May.
All the way in May.
That locked in.
Yeah. Cake shake on me.
Let's move on to the fourth wing.
Not too bad.
So far, the second's still the worst for you?
I think so. Yeah, the second is still the worst.
Yeah, I had a good bit of tingle for it. Okay, so there's a recurring segment on Hot Ones called Explain That Gram, where basically we do a deep dive onto your Instagram, pull a photo, and try to get you to explain it. But I don't have access to your Instagram because we're not friends like that. So I have instead scoured various different venues, and I found two different things I'd like to show you, a tweet and something from your Reddit. So
my Reddit.
Shouts out to Swaissey for that one. So the first thing I have is a tweet from June 24th of 2015, and you said, "I hope C9 Mango isn't that afraid of Liquid HBox is going to eat him."
I don't really remember what I was thinking, but I think that Mango is a food, and Hungrybox is of course hungry.
Wow.
So he's
multiple
gonna be
people in
eating
this
something.
room did not get that on the first day. I've been sitting on that for 2 days and I didn't get it until now.
I think when I was starting going to tournaments, I envisioned future me as like a top player that was like making YouTube videos and on Twitter like all the other top players. So I was trying to be as close to that as possible.
I love that. Let's move on to the other one. So this is from your Reddit account. Can you just explain this one?
Oh, okay.
It's just an angry picture, hand drawn of Ness that says "send" at the top, and I assume it is original artwork from you.
It is. So I watched Best Ness's stream a lot, or Send. I watched Send stream a lot, and he made a Reddit page, and instantly I needed to post something on there. So I just drew Ness in his color, the default color. When I was in college, I spent a lot of time like in my dorm on my laptop, and I drew things like that on there. Drew a lot of Ness pictures, and I actually drew Base Mage fan art as well.
The one that says Isaac at the top.
The one that says Isaac at the top.
Yeah. No, I went through it all, don't worry.
Okay. But yeah, I'm a big Microsoft Paint enjoyer.
Let's move on to the next wing.
It's not too bad.
Shook that one right off. You've come so far, I haven't touched the water or the milk yet, so.
I'm trying not to.
It's respect.
I'm seeing how long I can go.
Mad respect. So you're such a pillar of the Chicagoland Smash scene, especially like post-COVID era, having been one of the most dominant players in this region for years at this point. What about this region do you love the most? Like, what stands out to you about this area?
I would say one thing that I like about the scene is like, I have some friends, some longtime friends in the scene, like Raven King, for example. I've known him for a very long time, and I like being able to see them. And nowadays, I feel like coming to local tournaments, I'm a little bit less focused on winning and more focused on like the social experience, especially because I'm not in school anymore. So outside of work, this is like the main space where I see people. And I also like having pretty good competition. Having pretty good competition is nice. It's enough to keep me going. It's getting a little hotter. Definitely getting a little hotter.
Still holding it down.
So far, so good. I'm resisting the urge to drink the milk.
And we're just past the halfway point.
Okay.
So we've got 4 more wings to go. So I have a date here, November 5th, 2016. Does that mean anything to you? You won a pool set at Midwest Mayhem 5, but more importantly, this is the last and only like recorded ATATA pop-off that I have been able to find anywhere. You seem to have like, I mean, you're notorious for not popping off after sets. Is that like a conscious decision, presenting stoicism as a sign of respect, or do you truly believe that the moments you've had haven't earned like that display of triumph?
You know, it's funny because I feel like when I'm at home thinking about beating top players, I'm a lot more excited about it than when I'm at a tournament doing it. When I was younger, like in the clip, I definitely was more like energetic while playing. And I remember like shaking in my seat at regionals in Chicago because I really wanted to win. But now, I guess partially it's because of like my mindset, trying to focus on improvement over immediate results. Actually, in that set, when I had to play against Crazy Colors, I remember thinking like, am I good enough to win this? Like, will I win? And I don't really think that way now. I just think like, I know I can win, and I'll just try to play as well as possible.
Let's move on to the 7th wing.
Good.
Bit of a jump on this one, yeah.
Yeah, this one's pretty hot. It's pretty hot.
So you've been in the scene a long time. As you get older, you're out of college, you're holding down other jobs, continuing to flip pages through the next chapter of your life, but you still compete and participate in the Smash community. What kinds of struggles do you see yourself facing as you grow older? Yeah, definitely take that off. Yeah, it's not going to get easier from here.
This one's a lot harder than the rest.
There's no shame in going for the milk of the water.
Okay. So, after graduating college, I had so much more free time. I was back in Chicago at home, and I had access to like so many weekly tournaments. It was just really easy to like be prepared for tournaments and to just like focus on the game. I didn't have any other distractions really. What was the original question again?
What are the kind of struggles that you have, you know, getting older? It sounds like, you know, not having that access to, you know, constant competition, not having the ability to stay up really late.
Yeah, well now it's like my daily routine is like I get up a lot earlier and I work for 8 hours. And if I go to the local tournament, I basically go like straight from work, or I go home and then I go straight away. So I don't like prepare for my local tournaments at all. Like I just go and play. I don't practice as much. I don't like watch VODs as much. I would say recently shifting my focus from like local tournaments to like majors and like preparing for majors makes it a lot easier because those are so much less frequent.
Let's move on to the 8th wing. Putting on a brave face. Do you remember what made you want to start competing in games in general? Or what was the moment, maybe, where you said to yourself, I can be great at this?
So when I first started wanting to compete was when Smash 4 was brand new. And when Smash 4 came out, I actually got it as a Christmas gift, which was a couple weeks after the game came out. And I saw that tournaments existed, and I instantly wanted to become like as good as I could. So at the time, Diddy was the best character in Smash 4. So I practiced Brawl Diddy at home because I thought that that would help me get good at Smash 4 for when I got it. And then as soon as I started going to tournaments, I just loved it so much and I didn't want to stop going. But I would say the moment that I gained a lot more confidence in becoming better was at Show Me Your Moves 17. That was one of my first breakout tournaments back when I was 14 or 15. And I had to play against Tyroy, who at the time was one of the best players in Chicago. And I didn't think I was good enough to beat somebody like him. And I played him on stream and I won 2-0. And I was really surprised. And I remember telling him, oh, you must have been playing so bad, because like I didn't think I was good enough to beat him. And then the next round, or maybe the round after that, I had to play against Ned. And not only was he like also one of the best players in Chicago, but he played Cloud, which is a really hard matchup for Ness in Smash 4. I actually also won against Ned without dropping a game. And I was very surprised. But then Tyro was telling me like, oh, like he told me that he was playing bad and that's why I lost. But obviously that wasn't true anymore because I also 3-0'd Ned. So I would say at that moment, like I gained a lot more confidence in myself and I believe that I could be a lot better than I was at the time.
And how far you've come, obviously.
Yeah, I've come much further since then.
Do you think that there's still only up to go?
Definitely. I think that I could still get a lot better. Definitely.
Let's move on to the 9th wing.
I am struggling a lot, actually. Might not look it.
We're past the point of it being enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Ship has sailed. Careful around the eyes. All right, I have now a rapid fire round for you where I'm gonna ask you questions and I just want you to give me quick answers on the first thing that comes to mind. You ready?
1 sec.
Who is the greatest of all time Ultimate player?
MKLeo.
GOAT Smash player all time across all games.
MKLeo.
Ooh. Favorite tournament series?
Midwest Mayhem.
Why? I want him to expound on that one.
So, in Smash 4,
maybe get some more milk. Yeah, you're already on it.
thank you. I might need more ice cream as well.
Just get. Let's just put the tub in front of him.
Well, I don't want to put my spoon in the ice cream.
Dude, this is all staying in. So Midwest Mayhem. Tell me why.
My first local tournament I went to was ran by Joe Barrels. I think he's the GOAT Chicago Smash TO. And at the time, after my first weekly tournament, they told me to come to E2C 16, which was their monthly tournament. A few months later, instead of running the E2C monthly, they started running Midwest Mayhem. And Joe basically just went bankrupt, flying out a bunch of top players. That tournament was like my first experience at a big event that wasn't it wasn't a major, but it really gave off those vibes, and I got to see the best players in the world playing against the best players in Chicago, and it was very motivating for me.
Favorite player to play against?
Send.
Most fun player to watch?
Base Mage.
Least favorite player to play against?
Meister.
Bucket list player that you want to play against?
It was Gact, but now I've played against Gact, and it's probably hurt. Definitely hurt.
And last question, your greatest fear?
Never becoming a top player.
At Tata, we are at the last wing. It is tradition at Hot Ones to put a little extra on the last wing for the last dab. You don't have to if you don't want to. Do you want to?
Yes.
All right. We don't have 2 sets of bottles like they do on the show, so I gotta come over here and apply it for you.
Okay.
Stressing over it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, that was your last wing, and with only one question remaining. You are one of the best players from this region. You are one of the players that has the most integrity out of anybody in the Smash scene that I've met. I have here a Facebook post from December 27th of 2010, nearly 15 years ago. Your older brother says, quote, "My little brother cheated on this computer game and got on the leaderboards. He was first place overall. I was like, whoa, but then he told me he cheated. And I was like, aw. Do you remember this? And if so, what do you have to say about the accusations?"
Wow.
So you don't remember,
I actually do remember. Yeah, because that was the world's hardest game.
It was the world's hardest game.
Yeah, that was the name of the game. And when you were playing that game, you could right-click and then hit, settings, and then right-click something else, and then hit play, I think it was, and then it would just, fast-forward, skipping through all the levels. So the reason I was #1 on the leaderboard was because I had 0 deaths, and I was the most recent person to do it.
Do you think that you'd be any good at that game today?
Yeah, I actually still am.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I play that game and people are very impressed with me. That's what I was told.
That's lovely. We're going to put that to the test.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to make it through 5 levels.
That's easy.
2 minutes on the clock.
Wait, this is actually different than the original game.
Oh,
On Cool Math Games, it's different.
that sounds like copium. Play
No,
the
it's
game.
true. It's true.
Play the game.
This isn't.
He's actually kind of killing it.
Oh, so I still have
You have
one more
50
minute.
seconds remaining. And he's still on level 3.
jeez.
Level 4. Make quick work.
How many seconds do I have?
15 seconds to complete level 5.
Oh, it's okay. I think it's over. So
No, 2 seconds now.
2
Now
seconds,
this is
okay.
your final life. 2 minutes has elapsed. If you can complete it on this life, he wins. Now he's taking his time. I feel like I should set another timer. Oh, and that's it. Unfortunately, could not complete it. That sounds to me like you're not as good as you think you are.
That wasn't the actual game.
All right, well, the wings of death are behind you. You have come all the way to the end, including the last stab. There's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet here at ATATA. This camera, this camera, this camera. Tell the people what you have going on in your own life or coming up soon.
I'm going back-to-back weekends to Smash for the Titans and Pain Automata in Champaign. And then next month, I'm going to Level Up Expo in Vegas, and then I'm going to Japan for Kagaribi. So I'm very excited for those tournaments, and I'm going to do my best to be ready for them.
All right.